Hi guys, so today I have two mystical shaman oracle. The first one is number 31 with the lower world. And I'm just going to read the invitation. It says, "It is time to unearth your hidden treasures. Do not make yourself small in order for others to like or accept you. Bring out the gems and precious stones that you have kept inside your heart, hidden even from yourself. It is time to honor your past and recast your life as a heroic quest. As you journey into the lower world, you will be offered all the gifts of your ancestors, their struggles, the way they hurt, the way they lived, the way they died, and these will become the blessings." I also believe a lot of times that the lower world is about when you go on a journey to meet your lower world guides, and a lot of times that's where a lot of the work is done, is in the lower world. That's the innate, deep aspect of the human spirit. This is spirituality at its core. And that's why I love shamanism in that way. But anyway, that's my interpretation. But I feel like, yes, this is saying, there's an opportunity somewhere for somebody, and we're unearthing those deeper core aspects of who we are. I think a lot of times when we go to heal ourselves, we think about how you're going to be a new person. It's not necessarily that like all of you is bad and that you have to make it better. It's just that there are layers, right? And at the core of who you are is beautiful. It's all these other things that covers that up, or the things that make us forget who we are at the core, right? The beautifulness, the gems, the hidden gems are deep down inside, and that's innately who you are. That's what I'm getting from this. So we also have number 50 with the spiral, and this card is so freaking beautiful. And I have not pulled this one yet, so I'm going to read the essence and the invitation. The essence says, "From galaxies in the sky to diminutive shells at the beach, the spiral is found extensively in the natural world. Its shape and form of a coiled serpent has been used since ancient times to tool for growth and transformation. The spiral is a guide for entering deep into one's consciousness and the unknown, and then extending far out into the heavens. It is crucial to surrender to this journey until the exhausted paradigm dissolves in the depths of the psyche and its energy is released to give birth to a new reality." And the invitation says, "To renew yourself, you must shed your old skin. You have already done this. Do not keep scraping away at the old, but welcome the soft new skin that is starting to grow. Break the habit of working on your faults." See, just like I said, all the time. "And let nature take its course. Know that the new skin feels vulnerable and scary at times. Trust the medicine of the spiral as it Trust the medicine of the spiral as it guides your journey of renewal." And I think it was beautiful. Definitely, somebody coming into some deep transformation, right? And so I decided to do something like mind, body, spirit today. And so this mind, body, spirit is about this, needing to be who you are and experiencing that new skin, right? Oh my gosh, now I want to sing Incubus, but I might do that later. But anyway, so it's, I feel like with the 6 of Swords and the 7 of Wands in my column of mind. So this is what we're thinking of, what's on our mind right now. So this can be like, your path to success. You're wanting success. You're wanting, collective success, maybe, because I feel like I don't know why, but I'm looking at the 6 of Wands and I'm just seeing like the people, right? You want something like that. And the 7 of Swords, a lot of times we always think of that as negative. We always think that as being sneaky, but really it's about him taking the swords. Either he's being cheeky, right? He's trying to be like goofy and lighten the load, or he's taking them so there won't be a war, which is risky, but either way, it's being creative mentally. It's being strategic. It's not to be malicious and cause problems. It's trying to lighten the load if you look at those in either way of the situation. And I feel like this is either saying you're going to be successful with this creative thing, or what's on your mind right now is trying to find a way to meet your success creatively. And, you're kind of maybe deciding whether you need to take a risk for that situation. So the middle is our body. So this is like what we're dealing with like right now in your daily life. The actions, the physical actions, the tangible thing that you are doing or you're hoping for. And we have the Hermit and we have Justice, which I think is awesome that the rest of these cards are all major arcana. And I feel like that's saying, like, the hermit, we know that's wisdom, that's going within and finding those answers. And then with the justice, traditionally this is, balancing fairness and balancing the light and the dark. It's, having that inner core and being fair and just, right? So I feel like this is somebody, and maybe since there is like the Seven of Swords, maybe you're trying to like get through, and oh my goodness, I just had an epiphany. Okay, so earlier, Aquarius rising had a reading about trust, and it's about guilt, and maybe this is something that you're trying to get over. Woo, okay, yeah. So this is a download. So this is what I feel like this is about. Somebody is trying to get over, maybe analyze the thing that you're doing or the thing that you've done before as being like something shady or not fair to other people. Your success does not have to make you feel bad for wanting your success. I feel like I need to say that. So I feel like with the Hermit and the Justice card, I feel like this is understanding at the core what is balance for you, what the success that you're working towards, that you're trying to figure out a creative and fair way to do it. I feel like you are doing that. I feel like you've done the work on the inside. You have those insights and you're able to trust your instincts. So I feel like with the wisdom that you have and the ability to be fair, that this is saying, don't like feel guilty about like wanting success for yourself. Because what you're doing is ultimately, you're trying to better things, and doing something in a different way is not a negative thing. And if it's something that makes you feel guilty because you want to do something and you feel like it's going to harm somebody else, really sit with that and really think about that. Now, obviously, if you're doing something shady, that's different, but I don't feel like that's what this is talking about. And so the last column, that was so weird to say that. But anyway, so the last column is the world, and we have death. So, I mean, right away, this tells me that somebody is obviously going through this huge transformation. And maybe this transformation is on a collective level. It's worldwide. But I also feel like this is a huge shift because we're kind of at that next level. The world, a lot of times when I think of it in like a transformation type of thing or like a phase or that next level, that's what I feel about. Because the cardinal signs on the corners, right? Those are representing of, mastering that season. So we go on to the next one, right? So that is understanding, this part of the lesson and going on to the next one. But it can also be like, there's something that you're going to do that quite possibly could transform the world, that you are part of a greater energy. And I feel like there is something like that going on, that we're all kind of pushing forward and we're transforming. And when we do that, that's going to push others. If this is something that is personal, I feel like it is hugely successful for you. And you really need to take that, those thoughts of like, is my success going to harm somebody? Or, am I, feeling guilty or even just feeling weird, feeling not right about, doing the thing that's for you. I feel like that's not what it should be. I mean, if if you're doing something shady, that's one thing, but I don't believe that's what this is talking about. So at the very end, I have a quick question card. So these came with the Liminal Forest Oracle, and I don't use them a lot because I feel like if you are going to go ask somebody a yes or no question, usually, and especially if you're somebody who's in limerence or, you're dealing with a breakup or you're dealing with a frustrating, unhealthy dynamic, a lot of times that's the first thing you're going to do. I know because, I've been there. So you'll say things like, oh, is so-and-so cheating on me? Is so-and-so love me? Da-da-da-da. Don't ask those type of questions, okay? So I want you to take a few minutes, either pause it or, maybe I'll put some music in there. I don't know. But I should put Incubus in there. Anyway, now I'll just count to 10. And then when I do that, I want you to think of something that is going to, help you on this. Make it a positive thing. Think about, your answer related to what this reading means to you, okay? And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, then we'll flip. See, it's a yes. So take this yes as a positive thing. So if this is something and the yes wasn't what you wanted, then think about why it disappoints you. I had this conversation with my mother the other day, not to throw my mom under the bus, but it was something where somebody in my family had gotten offended, and there was no reason to be offended if you didn't identify with whatever it was. And I said to her, I said, if you get offended by something somebody says and you know that's not true about you, then what does that say about you? I mean, yes, it's crappy sometimes when people say stuff, but if it legitimately was not meant that way, but you're still taking it that way, that's on you. So you got to kind of look at that and see where that's at. It's a little dark, a little deep, but what I'm saying is, if that answer of yes disappointed you, maybe sit with that and try and figure out why that disappointed you. Okay? I hope it didn't. I hope it gave you what you needed. And I love you guys. And thank you so much for being here. Today was another, work day, do it at lunch type of thing. So I will talk to you guys later.